activate. Vanessa Edwards tells us every conversation can be a memorable one once you learn how certain words generate the pleasure hormone dopamine in listeners. So today I'm going to give you some tips and tools not only to activate that hormone, but also to improve your conversation. So whether you're at a family gathering or a business party, hopefully these tips will help you converse more successfully and build relationships. So there's 4 steps I'm going to go over today. Step 1 starts before you even enter the event, wherever you're going. It is intention. So what are you going there for? What are you looking to gain? Are you trying to get to know in-laws, or are you trying to entertain clients from out of town? So knowing that before you go in kind of just sets up a plan for you before you get to talking to people inside. And it helps you just approach them. So step 2 is actually approach. How do we approach someone? Better yet, how do you approach someone that you don't know? So what you're going to do when you're approaching someone is you're going to make sure you have open body language. So you're going to make sure your hands are visible. Hands behind you or folded in front of you kind of gives off a closed off feeling, as if you aren't ready to speak to someone or you're not willing to. Second, you want to make sure you have your shoulders down and back. Again, to give that open feel that you are willing to talk to someone. And a smile. Always have a smile on your face. A smile is really your opening line, which is step 3, openers. So what's the first thing that you're going to say to someone? You really want to keep it light, simple, easy. And it's very common what you want to say is your first line, but it's, hello, how are you? You could say, hi, my name's Ellen. How are you today? It's really just a way to start the conversation. You don't want to go into the conversation saying something very heavy or too deep that just kind of throws someone off. But there are some questions you can ask once you get into that conversation. So, are you working on any passion projects at the moment? Everyone does something in their downtime. And there's nothing we love talking about more than the things that we're passionate about. It's the perfect question. Question 2, besides work, what gets you up in the morning? So even if their response is just coffee or a full bladder, it makes you laugh and it lightens the mood a little bit. In question 3, what has been the best part of your week? That opens the doors for likes and dislikes. They could say something about their pet, and then you know they like animals. Something along those lines. It just helps you and gives you the ability to build on the conversation. You could take that farther. You can tell if you hit the nail on the head, so to speak, also when someone raises their eyebrows or they have an excited tone when speaking after you said something. This is called a conversation spark. Those are good things, something you want to look for when you're talking to someone. In How to Start a Conversation and Make Friends, Gabor tells us that most people want to share their experiences with others. We're constantly searching for others we can relate to on an intellectual, physical, or emotional level, and that is the perfect way to do that. Step 4 is an exit. So an exit is just as important as when you first initially started talking to someone. You want to leave them with a good impression of you. So what you're going to do to make an exit after you feel like you've had enough time with that person is you're going to ask future questions. So what are you doing this weekend? It shifts the focus to the future. That way you can make your exit by saying, well, I hope you enjoy, your plans for this weekend. It was really nice to meet you, and I hope that we can do this again. It just closes the conversation in a comforting way where you're not just severing ties right then and there. I hope these tips help you in your future conversations.